Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, rather, in this beautiful sunny Southern California. I just came back from church and I didn't want the sun to go down on this Rhema word that I wanted to share with you. I just finished today 14 days of fast and prayers. Whew, it was interesting. I slept on the floor for 14 days and praying and fasting. I had so many topics, concerning my life, concerning my ministry, concerning my family, concerning my tribe, concerning my province where I come from, concerning my country and the continent of Africa and the USA, because I am American by choice, but I'm Congolese by birth, and those are my two countries. And wow, I saw so many things, so many revelations, so many understandings, things that are clear now, and I'm going to share with you this coming week. But I wanted to share a rhema where the Holy Spirit spoke to me. He woke me up at midnight, sharp. He woke me up. It was wonderful. Oh, it was wonderful. He talked to me, and he told me that we are going to see things. For those, because I'm a watchman on the wall, so when a spirit comes, a demon or an enemy, I see it first, and I receive the attack, the assault first. That for those who fasted, those who prayed and cried and sought his face, we are going to see him. It was not in vain. It was not in vain. There was a reason why each one of us, because when we are a member of the army, we don't move the same way at the same time. I knew that, but we are going to see. We are going to see. For everything that you went through, you are going to reap what you sowed. That's the first word. And the second one, I didn't plan to go to church today, but yesterday I read on Instagram what my bishop said, Bishop McClendon. It touched something in my heart that I have to be there today, so I did. I went, and I'm glad that I went, because after fasting like that, the soldier in me is really, on a fighting mood and destroying mood, and I love it. I love it because it goes well with my nature. But more than that, when I got there, as you know, many churches closed today, and the services were online. And he said that the Holy Spirit told him that when you have an army, all the department and the different divisions don't move at the same speed or the same way, which I understand, because for some of us, it stretched me to my limit, because I can evangelize to someone in the street. I can talk to a Christian who thinks that he's already in, but is not yet. I can talk to a Muslim, bring him to Christ. I can talk to the Buddhist, sever the ties with Buddha and deliver him. He taught me the whole panoply. It's like a fun when you open it like that. And I see that there is no department where he didn't take me, so it makes sense. It hit me in my face like the answer that I've been looking for, because I was like, what do you gain by doing this to me? I mean, how do you get the glory by seeing me suffering like in this manner? Now I understand. And so the third part was that we are going to see the biggest wealth transfer from the wicked to the sons of righteousness. I don't know how it's going to be, but believe me, if you are righteous, he knows you. If you are his, he knows you, and you are in his hand. So we don't have to worry, we don't have to fear. After all, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and of a sound mind. So he's going to take care of his own. I don't know how he's going to do that. It reminded me of a dream that I've had 12 years ago. I dreamt that I had money, but I could not buy food because in the stores we didn't have food. And so I came back home with the money in my purse, but we could not buy food, and we didn't have food, my son and myself. And we started praying, and I heard a knock at the door. I went to check, and we had these big grocery bags, 2 of them, filled to the brim with exactly the brand that I buy, the food that we eat. And I started jumping up and down and I said, thank you, Holy Spirit, thank you for providing for us. At that time, I took it as an allegory that, yeah, he's a provider, so he will do that. After all, he sent manna to the children of Israel in the desert, right? That was my understanding at that time. But yesterday, when I went to buy food, when I saw these aisles that were really empty, that dream came back to me. I was like, were you preparing me for this? I don't want to go through that. Is there a way, we could. So that dream came back to my head, and it's really there, and we need to be mindful. So for those who have one foot in the world and one foot in the kingdom, please come back. For those who were playing, saying, I will go back, please come back. For those who are not ready, be ready and give your life to Him, because we are going to be in that place where you will need to know that you know that you know, and you know that you are a believer, because times are going to be so difficult. He is going to take care of His own. He is not going to let these enemies that are not visible, that are very small and minute, and yet they are killing people. He is going to take care of His own. He has His way of doing. He has His way. He's not caught off guard and say, oh, what am I going to do? He knows, and He's prepared. So we have to trust Him. We have to put our trust in Him and keep working and keep believing. That was the fourth part. And the fifth one, so the wealth transfer, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I also saw the way people are going to be healed. People are going to be just delivered from a physical ailment, but He's going to take care of it because He's the doctor that keeps us in divine health. He's going to do that for His people. So, are you one of His people? Are you in His hand? How is your relationship with Him? How is your soul? How is your spirit? We need to go back to the basics. We need to go back to knowing God, to having God, and to know that God knows me. So if I cry, Father, He's going to send me everything that I need, because that's the kind of Father that He is. This is what I wanted to share with you, so we don't have to fear, because fear is the opposite of anxiety. So I will remind you, Psalm 91, my bishop preached about that, and it was really good. And 1 Corinthians 10, he mentioned that. And then the Holy Communion. We need to do communion at home, the Holy Communion. I do it with my son four times, maybe every week when I'm fasting, every day of the week, because that's a tool that He gave us. That's a weapon that He has given us. So do this in remembrance of me, He said. And we need to do that at home. You don't need your pastor to be there to do that. You can do it yourself just by matzo bread and orange juice, grape juice, and it is well with my soul. So this is what I wanted to share with you. We have to trust in Him and put our hope in Him. And remember that He's in control. He knew what will happen, because He declared the end from the beginning. So this is not new to Him. And so we give Him all the glory and all the honor. Thank you very much. God bless you.